Hi, everyone. I'm Lois from Fitness Knocking. I'm here to share with you about diaphragmatic breathing and the importance of it. So a lot of people tell me all the time that they have pelvic floor dysfunction and they may have trouble with breathing properly. So I wanted to take this time to create this video to share with you on exactly how I teach breathing this way in order to help you to control your breathing better, control your pelvic floor better, and hopefully to make you feel more supported in that region and get the most out of your workout. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you, and maybe you should try this together, lie on the floor. I always say anytime you're coming down to the floor, start side lying and then roll onto your back. And the reason why we do that is because you want to make sure that you're supporting your abdominal region at all times. And one of the biggest mistakes I see people doing is lying down from a seated position and just plopping down onto the floor. That does not help your abdominal region work properly, but sitting on your side, lying down, and then rolling onto your back is much, much better. If you need a towel or something like that to put under the base of your neck, if you have a little trouble there, you can go ahead and do that. If you have a little problem with your lower back and you want to put something under that, that's fine as well. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit to make sure everybody can hear me okay. And I want you to take one hand and place it on your stomach and the other hand on the top of your rib cage. Now, if you think about moving both of your hands with your breath, that's the ideal position that you should be in when you're breathing in this particular way. So I just want you to see my hands moving. They should be both moving as I inhale and exhale. So I'm just going to stop talking for a second, and I just want to demonstrate. So most people breathe with just the top part of their chest. When we do diaphragmatic breathing, it's important to have both hands move. So like something like this. Now, if that's hard for you to try, that breathing and getting both hands moving, don't worry, it's okay. It takes some practice in order to do it. And if you are having trouble falling asleep at night, this is one of the best ways to kind of practice while you're laying in bed, your eyes are closed, and you just allow both hands to rise and both hands to fall. So that's kind of the first step. It's just getting that feeling of rising and falling of the belly. Now, our pelvic floor diaphragm moves up and down. Where we exhale, it comes up, and when we inhale, it falls down. So when our diaphragm is not functioning properly, this part forgets to move properly as well, which puts a lot of pressure on your internal organs way down in your abdomen here, as well as especially things like your bladder and your uterus if you're a woman, or your scrotum if you're a man. It puts a lot of pressure down on the prostate if you're a man as well. So if you're having difficulties in those areas, oftentimes it's interconnected with pelvic floor rehab you may need to talk to a physical therapist. But breath work is one of those things that for a lot of people, if you learn how to do it properly, you can practice it on your own. So as the pelvic floor drops down as we inhale, and exhale, it comes up. That's one of the most important parts of the breathing. So you can see mine moving as I'm even just talking. So as we inhale, it drops. As we exhale, it lifts.
Inhale, it drops. And exhale, it lifts. So you'll feel that happening way down in the deep part of the belly as you inhale and exhale. So just kind of practice that a few times, thinking about the pelvic floor dropping or as you inhale, and then lifting as you exhale. So kind of like feeling like you're holding in urine, not squeezing, but holding and lifting it up. Okay, the next part is the rib cage expanding and contracting. So if you hold your ribs on side to side and exhale, they kind of draw down and in like you're using a girdle, and everything gets zipped up on the inside. So again, the pelvic floor is dropping, the ribs go out to the side as you inhale. And as you exhale, the pelvic floor lifts and the ribs draw down. Everything draws down towards the center of the body. So again, everything widens, ribs go out to the side, pelvic floor drops. As you exhale, pelvic floor lifts and ribs draw down. On your exhale, it's hard to talk and do it at the same time. Okay, and the last piece is the navel and the spine, not necessarily squishing down, but pulling towards each other. So you're feeling that lift on the inside of the spine. So you feel those muscles in the back of the belly lift and the navel draws down in conjunction with the pelvic floor lifting and the ribs drawing down. So let's just practice that one. So inhale, the front and back of the body go away from each other. And as you exhale, the front and the back of the body squish towards each other. So inhale, widen. And exhale and draw down and together. Towards one another. Spine comes in and navel comes down. So the last thing, we put them all together. So just catch our breath for a second, shake yourself out. If you're having a little bit of trouble, it's totally okay. Take your time, practice. Practice makes progress. Okay, here we go. Inhale, everything widens. So pelvic floor drops, ribs go out, navel and spine go away from each other. As you exhale, pelvic floor lifts, ribs draw down, and navel and spine come together. So I'm not going to talk, and I'm just going to show. So inhale, everything widens. And exhale. And then again, inhale, everything widens. And as you exhale, pelvic floor lifts, ribs draw down, navel to spine, tummy gets super, super, super flat as you exhale there, and you feel super tight. Now, if you were practicing an abdominal curl, a plank, Pilates movement, a yoga movement, and you added this breath to it, it would get super intense and you'll really feel the muscles work. So I'm going to try one more time for you, and I'm going to add an abdominal curl so you can see it in action. So everything widens. The action is the widening. Inhale. Everything comes away. And then exhale, pelvic floor lifts, ribs draw down, navel to spine, and then I lift the head and shoulders off the floor. Notice my neck is really long, my neck is relaxed. I can lift it a little bit more if I have it in me. You can see my muscles are shimmying. There's a little shimmy there. Even after years and years of practice, you can get an intense workout with only a few really good repetitions. And then when you're out of breath, you inhale at the bottom And you can try it again. So again, pelvic floor lifts, ribs draw down, exhale, navel to spine, and then the head lifts off the floor and the shoulders come up. And that tummy gets super, super, super flat. And then you inhale at the bottom. So again, I'm gonna lie on my side to get up. I'm gonna sit up to a seated position. If you need help, or you need some support, or you need some extra practice, and you want some help, give me a call. Let me see if I can help you. Again, I'm Lois from Fitness Knocking. I hope this was helpful. Have a great rest of your day.